Today we want to talk about the Lord's Supper. It obviously is very important to us, mainly because it was very important to Jesus and to the writers of the New Testament. I want to talk to you about it with two things in mind, and in some sense they both come together. The first one is, why do we have the Lord's Supper? And the second one is, what does it mean? So here's the why. Jesus gave us two commands. The New Testament gives the church two commands: baptism and the Lord's Supper. Now, obviously, there are many other commands in Scripture. Jesus told us to love one another. Jesus told us to treat others as we want to be treated. Jesus told us to live holy lives. So there are plenty of commandments that Jesus gave and plenty of commandments that are in Scripture. But there are two commandments that specifically relate to the church and church practice: baptism and the Lord's Supper. So we partake of the Lord's Supper because Jesus told us to do this. So it is essential to the church. But there's a second question, and that is, how should we practice it and what is its meaning? And so maybe sometime in the future we'll talk more about practice, but let's think about the meaning of the Lord's Supper. Jesus specifically took the Last Supper with his disciples, and he told them to do that in remembrance of him. So for us, the Lord's Supper is a memorial. It is a remembering of Jesus, and it's a remembrance in two ways. He told them, "This is my body." They, of course, were not eating his body. It's a metaphor. "This is my body given for you, and this is my blood." And so we eat the bread, we drink the fruit of the vine, as they did. That's the way Jesus practiced it with his disciples, in remembrance of him. So you can go to any of the four Gospels and read about the Lord's Supper. But the first thing that was ever written about the Lord's Supper came from the Apostle Paul, and it's 1 Corinthians chapter 11, beginning with verse 17. I would encourage you to read it. He quoted Jesus, who said, "Do this in remembrance of me." And so we eat the bread and we drink from the cup, remembering what Jesus did for us on the cross. I think of the Lord's Supper as a constant reminder that all of our life, our blessings have come from the gift of Jesus and his death on the cross and his resurrection from the dead.